Get this book. Get this book. Did I say? Y'all need to get this book. Thank you for tuning in to Hard News TV4. I'm your host, Terri Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is November 17th, 2020, and I saw an article that we're going to jump into about this book, and somebody sent me the book, and I'm going to show y'all some things that I read in this book with my own eyes. Get this book. So this book is by Klaus Schwab, who's over the World Economic Forum. You see right here the Great Reset on the one that's got the trees, the World Economic Forum. So what is the World Economic Forum? And is it elitist? This is from January 17th of this year, and they meet every year in Davos, Switzerland. It says who attends the World Economic Forum typically attracts about 3,000 people, about a third of them from business. To go, you have to be invited. World leaders, key figures from the UN and EU, and heads of major firms like Coca-Cola, Goldman Sachs, IBM. Regular guests include billionaire financier George Soros, UK Prime Minister Tony Blair, former Mark Zuckerberg, YouTube singer Bono, and they talk about how to change the world in different areas. Okay, so we're going to get into some of this. So it says the World Economic Forum is the international organization for public-private cooperation. The forum engages the foremost political, business, cultural, and other leaders of society to shape global, regional, and industrial agendas. So George Soros goes to this, and leaders of different countries go to it. So they're not stopping George Soros from implementing his chaos and investing his money for protest and paid agitators and buying district attorneys, creating chaos. He goes to the meeting with them. They're all friends. Now I want to show y'all this article that came out. Okay, so Paul Joseph Watson, who used to write for Alex Jones, I don't know if he's still on there or not, but he wrote this article. Klaus Schwab, the Great Reset will lead to fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity. So today I did a great video on that the virus can now be identified by your voice. And we talked about biological information and how Amazon, Jeff Bezos, is storing all of our biometric identification on a server for the intelligence communities, all right? So he's saying it's all going to come together. Globalist Klaus Schwab made it clear that transhumanism is an integral part of the Great Reset when he said that the fourth industrial revolution would lead to a fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity, which in his book he clarifies is implantable microchips that can read your thoughts. So this is the book that I told y'all to get. Now, I've done quite a few videos. This is my, my video search when I go to reset on my channel. It's got September 10th, the Global Reset. November 6th, the Great Reset. The Globalist Endgames. It talks about how it's been planned. So y'all need to go to the top of my page and just type in reset, and all this is going to come up, okay? Well, let me show you. Well, I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to show y'all the next article after I show y'all what I found in this book. Okay, so I took pictures on my phone of the book that I'm reading, okay? And thank you to the person that sent me the book. Okay, so micro reset. Okay, let's see what page this is. 153, and I'm going to read it from my book because it's not the clearest, but it says, the highlighted part says, with the pandemic, the digital transformation that so many analysts have been referring to for years without being exactly sure what it meant has found its catalyst. With the pandemic, it has brought in what they want to do. Okay, now let's go to the next page. This is page 167, is it? Yep. Okay, so wait till I show y'all this. Okay, over the coming months and years, the trade-off between public health... Wait, before I even say any more. Now, this book was released in July. The shutdown in America happened in March 13th, that Friday the 13th. I said, remember I did that video, by Monday you won't recognize the world anymore, and then everything shut down that next week. So this book was released. It was written, proofwritten. Well, it was conceptualized, supposedly, written, proofed, published, printed, published, and sent for sale within 2 months? No, it's been planned. This right here is 2 months after we went into lockdown. Over the coming months and years, the trade-off between public health benefits and loss of privacy will be carefully weighed, becoming the topic of many animated conversations and heated debates. Most people, fearful of the danger posed by COVID-19, will ask, isn't it foolish not to leverage the power of technology to come to our rescue when we are victims of an outbreak and facing a life or death kind of situation? Then they will then be willing to give up a lot of their privacy and will agree that in such circumstances, public power can rightly override individual rights. So they're showing you how people are going to respond, but eventually they'll just settle into it. Then when the crisis is over, some may realize that their country has suddenly been transformed into a place where they no longer wish to live. This thought process is nothing new. So remember when Trump had said suicides were going to be off the charts in this? Y'all, it's not going to be good. Okay, so then here's the next page. The argument put forward by those who above all fear the grip of technology on personal freedom is plain and simple. In the name of public health, some elements of personal privacy will be abandoned for the benefit of containing the epidemic. In the last few pages, we have exposed beyond a reasonable doubt the pandemic could open up an era of active surveillance made possible by location detecting smartphones, facial recognition cameras, and other technologies that identify sources of infection and track the spread of the disease in quasi real time. And this whole book, it talks about how to use surveillance to track and trace people. Consider a hypothetical government that demands that every citizen wears a biometric bracelet that monitors body temperature and heart rates 24 hours a day. Some countries are already handing out those bracelets. The resulting data is hoarded and analyzed by government algorithms. The algorithm will know that you are sick even before you know it. Okay, it says the algorithms can learn what makes you laugh and what makes you cry and what makes you really, really angry. It is crucial to remember that anger, joy, boredom, and love are biological phenomena. So is that being stored with Jeff Bezos collecting our biometric data? Just like fever and a cough. The same technology that identifies coughs could also identify laughs. If corporations and governments start harvesting our biometric data en masse, they can get to know us far better than we know ourselves, and they can then not just predict our feelings, but also manipulate our feelings and sell us anything they want, be it a product or a politician. Biometric monitoring, y'all. And guess what that made me think of? The book of Revelation 18:11 through 13. It says, "And the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her, for no one buys their merchandise anymore. Merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and every kind of citron and wood and every kind of object of ivory, every kind of object of most precious wood, bronze, iron, and marble, cinnamon and incense, fragrant oil and frankincense, wine and all, fine flour and wheat, cattle and sheep, horses and chariots and bodies and souls of men." Souls of men. Buying and selling the souls of men. And what did we read? It can know if you're happy or sad or angry or fearful. That's part of your soul. You are a three-part person: spirit, soul, and body. I did a video on don't let them steal your soul, and I break it down. You are spirit, soul, and body, three parts. And in the soul, there's three parts. That's where your mind, your will, and your emotions are. So they are harvesting your information. See right there? And governments start harvesting our biometric data in mass. They can know us far better than we know ourselves. They can know our laughs, our cries. And so the book of Revelation talks about they won't even be able to trade and sell the souls of men anymore. Okay? So then let me show you the last article. Okay, I'm bringing this back into your memory. It says, "Consider a hypothetical government that demands that every citizen wears a biometric bracelet that monitors body temperature and heart rate 24 hours a day." Well, look at this article from today. UK citizens could be banned from going to work without proof of the virus vaccination. What isn't this more scriptural? Revelation 13:7, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark of the beast. Okay? So, y'all, what was the first article we started talking about? That their plan is to fuse us together physically, digitally, biologically, all together. Okay? We are in perilous, perilous biblical times. So if y'all are able to get this book, find this book, order this book, we will read this book together. We will discuss this book. This is the global elites world roadmap on where they want to take us. Y'all please leave me your comments below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Bye-bye.